Okay, and we're back with some more Epic Chef. Now, what we had to do to get the ghost potato was build the mixer. So now we have to go give that to. Tab. That's right. Good news, I found a solution to your problem right here. You have already? I expected more. I mean, that's some truly splendid news, my worthy descendant. May I see it? Of course, here. This this is a potato. It's sort of the ghost of a potato. I call it a ghost tato. I figured that you could solve your hunger problems with this. You you expect me to eat this? Yeah, you said you were hungry, right? That should fill your spectral belly. That's not what I meant, you buffoon. Yikes. I was talking about my hunger for the ancient forbidden knowledge of the secrets of life and death. Hey, it's not my fault if you like to use convoluted language and expect people to understand what you're saying. You really thought a ghostly apparition materialized in this world to ask you for a potato? Hey, how was I supposed to know? Considering the local obsession with food, an undead entity looking for a snack pretty much fits right in, and you're a specter, not a ghost. Well, any idiot would have known I wasn't talking literally, and they're the same thing. No, they're not. A ghost has no conscience of its own. It's sort of a memory acting automatically, whereas a specter is a conscious being. You pulled that definition out of your arse. Most people agree that they are interchangeable. Oh, really? I thought that someone so hungry for ancient forbidden knowledge of the secrets of life and death would use a bit more specific terminology instead of basing his lexic on what most people say. So you want to get technical, smartass? If anything, I'm a spirit. See, that's more spectry than ghostly. How did you know all this anyway? I did some studying back home. There is no back home. This is your home. You need to answer to the call of your bloodline. This again? In my unending quest for forbidden knowledge, I was inescapably forced to foolishly unleash the unspeakable evil on this victimized land. The Underdigger, a poisonous spawn capable of swallowing a mountain whole, growing wild underneath, relentlessly corrupting the tainted earth with its venomous tentacles. Wait, is that thing some sort of animal? A plant, but not just any mere vegetable. It's a I don't know, prodigious monstrosity, a macabre spawn, heretically brought back from the era of myth. Ah, you mean vines or tendrils or whatever, then. Not tentacles. And what's with the objective bombing? Are you trying to impress me? I'm trying to warn you about the dangers of this land so you don't end up getting dragged into a horrible death. But sure, do get lost on technicalities. Be my guest. I guess at least you'll die with a smug smile on your face. Point very taken. Please do go on. What else is dangerous around here? Big hunger. I mean, creatures of formidable ferocity lurk in this land. Tenor spiders. Implacable predators whose screams of doom will haunt your nightmares. That sounds pretty serious. Worry not. I enslaved them to guard the ruin. They have been magically sustained for decades and bound to an obedience field. They shall only devour those foolish enough to enter the forbidden ruins. And elves, of course. Elves? Yes, elves. What? You're an elf lover? Well, not a lover, just, not a murderer. Elves are evil. We're at war with their damn homogeny for good reason. The homogeny sucks, true, but they seem to have left us alone for a decade now. Their homogeny will come back like they always do. It's been a constant. They want to make us kneel again, like in olden times. If you find an elf in Concordia, he's more likely to be a deserter or someone born here. They still have no damn business snooping around my property. Post beware of the spider sign if you're so worried. Okay, I'll make sure no one gets close to the ruins and no one with pointy ears enters my property. In any case, what's this about the forbidden ruins? The object of my obsession lies within, an ancient temple dating from the era of myth, from when Tempress walked amongst us and lit his flame in the darkness. It is said to hold a gateway to the land of the gods, guarded by a dragon. There's a dragon down there, and people are worried about the ghost of an old man? Worry not about the dragon, for the ruins were sealed as I expired my last breath by the same spell that bound my spirit to this world. I see, very reassuring. And what about that bird? The bird? Yes, that giant chicken that keeps screaming and waking me up from my sleep. I don't know, must be just a bird. Yeah, well, it's making my life hell. Do you know how I could get rid of it? Look, that bird is not important. The family curse is what matters. The seal I cast upon my death has kept the ruin free of intruders, but now that you're here, we can get inside. But first you'll need to recover the rod of domination. We are powerless without it. We have a lot to do, my descendant, a lot to do. Yeah, about that. What? I don't think I'm related to you. I just brought this property from a woman I met in Orneus. She seemed very eager to get rid of the place. What? This has to be some sort of mistake. The deed was clear on the urgency of the matter. Well, she very specifically said, screw that old bastard. I didn't know what she meant at the time. But my lineage. I'm sorry to hear that, really, but, well, this place is now legally mine. So if you would be so kind as to take your haunting somewhere else, I'd be very grateful. How dare you? I built this place out of nothing. You cannot simply kick me out like some sort of pathetic bum. I'm beyond your comprehension, you hear? I defeated death itself. Leave this place now, or you'll wish you'd never been born. You are powerless against my undying wrath. Please don't burn the painting. It was all a misunderstanding. I'm a good fellow. We can be friends. Yes, friends. Will you drop that tone? Yes. And stop using that scary face? Yes. Look, I'm not all that happy about having a specter around, but I'm also not the kind of person who enjoys evicting old people out of their homes. You can stay here if you don't cause any trouble. I'll be good. Fine then, maybe we'll be able to do a thing or two about those curses. Perhaps start by getting rid of that demonic geranium and the spider security force. There's nothing we can do about them without the rod of domination, and the one I had was lost long ago. I thought you knew about it the first time we spoke, but indeed you came back with an undead potato. Try to think of something then, but I definitely won't be the guy who walks around town asking for a rod of domination. Yes, God forbid anyone thought you might be a strange person. Let's see. Like sophistication. Rice. I need a milk. So I have to summon a cow. And then feed it. Okay, so I need two tomatoes and 2 carrots to make a cow food. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we got the ghost his potato. Now we're working on making some sauce for that cook-off. Oh, I gotta have 3 of them to make it. Okay. Okay. So to make that sauce that we need, um, which is this. Okay, no. 2 apple and a basic tomato. This is 3 tomato. Okay. Um, that's supposed to be cow food. There it is. I think we're gonna go rat hunting and see if we can give some rats to that cat. There's also a guy who wants seaweed too. Okay, Okay, everybody moved. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's go turn the rats into the cat guy. City access is blocked until we solve the spy situation. Spy. Hey, Matriel, take a look at this. What? What in hell's is this? It's the essence of a potato. I call it a ghost tato. How did you get something like that? It's a long story. You think it will do, though? If he presents something like this and manages to make it taste good, they'll build him a damn statue. You think it'll do? A bit extravagant, but it might do the trick, yeah. Great. We can cross this one from the list then. And as you can see, I also got myself a fancy uniform. I see. Is that all you managed to get? What, you think it needs more glitter or something? You know, for a person who calls himself Zest, you ain't exactly a fountain of pizzazz. Well, I guess names don't necessarily go with personality. Looks like it. I mean, your name ain't Biltong, but you sure are jerky as hell. Hey, I'm helping you out of the kindness of my heart, remember? Out of remorse, you mean. It's the same. It's not the same at all. Anyway, this will have to do. We can cross this one off the list. Neat. I suppose so, but don't get cocky. You have no idea what you're stepping into. I have an idea, yes. The Orc Mafia wants to deep fry me in oil. I'm just trying to keep my spirits up. There are worse things than the Orcosa Norosta. It's a blasted cooking contest, Matriel. It's not like I'm facing a doomsday cult. The Council of Despair. The meeting begins. First point of the day, let us give a big thank you to the Inspirato for getting us these brand new headquarters. Even if something needs to be done about the current decoration. You wanted a tower, I got us a tower. It was cheap after the previous owners left. And why would they leave such a charming place? Some kids slayed their dark whatever and their plot was foiled. Their loss, our gain. Just be happy that you didn't have to get your delicate elven hands dirty by cleaning up the severed tentacle mess. Aldenbairnair. Oh, yes, certainly. Your orcish hands are more suited for brutish tasks of this kind. You win this one. That will be enough regarding the tower. Let's get through today's stuff. Any news? Well, the mages have a special new dish this week. Something about changing hair color when eating it. Hair color? They're running out of ideas. The levitation dessert was amusing, but they're stretching the shenanigans a bit too much lately. Well, it sounds interesting to me. I'll be covering it. It definitely suits you, having people focusing on your hair color rather than the actual cuisine. It's called branding, Angra, and some color wouldn't kill you, sweetheart. I could lend you one of my outfits. Maybe that way they'd stop calling you the ghost. You keep dressing like that, disrespecting the outfit for show. You're not even a chef. At least we have something in common. Well, I must say it's been a slow week. Some old leagues, same old restaurants. Most interesting thing I've heard is that Chef Bolton managed to improve the jiggliness of his melon jelly recipe by 300%. Jiggling melons? Really? That is very last decade. People seem to like it. Of course they do. Other than that, the leagues are proceeding as usual. No events except for some newcomer who challenged Torapio, and some say there's been a sighting of a sea monster inside of the security perimeter. What did you say? Don't worry, they're just rumors. I don't think any monster would. Not that. A newcomer challenged Torapio? Who? Some nobody who came from abroad. Now that's interesting. I don't see how. Torapio will crush the poor lad, Mel. It's an epic story unfolding. More like a tragedy striking. Still a story, Angra. And in the right hands, it might prove to be a very powerful one. So, I'm ready? Looks like you are. You only need to talk to Bosco at the culinarium stand, and he will set it all into motion. Everything else depends on you. Neat. Any final advice? Make sure you bring a lot of high-quality ingredients and plan ahead. I can tell you that it will be a 3-dish contest. If I know Torapio, he will cook very vigorous dishes. I wouldn't try beating him in this field. What then? Should I focus on more elaborate dishes? Yes, you should have a sauce ready that goes well with sophisticated dishes. Torapio won't be able to benefit from that, and you'll be able to impress the judge. Keep that in mind when preparing. Got it. Good luck then, and remember, do not mention my name or my help, or they will disqualify you. This is very against the rules. Okay. Okay, but I am gonna go do something first. Oh crap. Okay, my potato storage is totally full. Give me that milk. Potato plus wheat plus carrot. Okay. And I'm going to see if I can raise my level. And I think that's going to be it for this time. We will face Torapio next time.